Well, it's been a while. The last video I put out on this channel was on the 29th of April. So it's been almost 2 weeks since I put out a video. And that's a really long time for this channel. I've been really trying to do 1, maybe 2 videos a week, and to supplement the main channel. And that's kind of why I took a break. I don't want to say it was getting too much because I've a lot more free time than a lot of people, so I do have the time to put into it. But what has been happening, and this is why I ended up taking a bit of a break, is my focus had gone from my main channel to my second channel, this channel. And my main channel is that's my baby. That's what I want to nurture, and that's what I want to make work. So while I really do enjoy this channel because it's a lot more intimate and I enjoy showing off this side of my life, the main channel is where I want to put my effort. So I just wanted to take a little bit of a break and concentrate on that. And in the 2 weeks, I've got a fair amount of stuff done. The first one is this coffee table, and this has been 18 months in the making. So this is just my absolute treasure at the moment, my absolute pride and joy. This video will hopefully be coming out this weekend. I don't see why it won't, but this video has taken a long time to put together because of just external factors. The main one was that I've been working on a sponsorship for this table. The sponsorship didn't end up happening for this video, but it may happen for a later video, but that kind of pulled things back a little bit. Other than that, it took a long time to finish, which is another reason that it did take a little bit longer. And the whole idea of my main channel now and the direction I'm going in is I don't want to rush things out just to keep a schedule, because quite frankly, I haven't noticed any benefit in keeping a schedule. It's one of the things that they suggest that you should do is keep a schedule and stick to it. But over the 2 years that I've been doing this, missing a week here and there, done nothing really. I can only imagine when you get to 100,000, 500,000 subscribers that you'll start to have the people sort of contacting you saying, where's your video? I was expecting a video. Not in a horrible way, but in are you still okay? What's going on? But at my level, with only 18,000 subscribers, I just don't have that loyal, savage fan base yet. So to skip a week here and there, I don't think it really registers on people's radars. So that's why this has taken 3 or 4 weeks to do. I haven't put out a video on my main channel now for 3 weeks, which is the longest I've spent in the last 2 years since this channel, my main channel, was started. So it's been a bit strange. The other thing was a floor lamp, and this was a design that I've had for a while. It's incorporating the plywood look, which is the crossing of the grain, the straight and end grain. And I've always really liked that look. I've done a couple of other projects with it. So this project I've had sort of in my head for a while, and I really fleshed it out properly before getting started. I didn't do that on purpose. It just so happened that I was thinking about it while I was doing the coffee table. And what was so cool about it was that because I worked out each and every step along the way and problem solved it in my head, when it came time to actually do the build, it took me a week. So that's sitting over in the other room. That video will probably be out in a week or two's time, depending how I go with the next project after that. So I've got that buffer, I can sort of play around. And as I say, the idea of doing a weekly video, I'm not gonna say I've given up on it yet, but in order for me to put out good content, doing a weekly video is just not working. And that last video that I put out with the lens flare, that concrete copper pencil holder, that really shook me up, because that was a perfect case of I've gone for style over substance, and I got stung by it. So I'm a little bit jaded now after that. This last weekend gone by, my father-in-law asked me to help him cut down a couple of trees in his yard. So this was the first time that I got to take out my new chainsaw, which was a lot of fun. I didn't actually film anything while I was there, but needless to say, the process went quite quickly. It was 3 small conifers. I think the thickest branch was about so big, so they came down really quick, and it was nice to give the chainsaw a go. I don't have a lot of experience with the chainsaw, so it was probably a good thing to get started on such small trees. But yeah, a real fun day. And at the end of it, I managed to get a couple of logs. Now, I don't know if I'm necessarily going to be able to mill them up, but it's one of those things where you take it, you keep it, you let it dry for 18 months, point in case, and then you never know where you're going to be. So I've got the wood, it's drying in the shed, and maybe in a year's time I might have a bandsaw, and then I can take them out and build them and you know, call it lumber. It's I think it's going to be fairly average softwood, but the fact that I cut it down, milled it, turned it into something just makes it just so much cooler, regardless of what the wood is. The smell in that shed is now absolutely amazing. I actually haven't been into the shop now for a couple days. The last time I was in here was a couple days ago to finish off the lamp. But other than that, I haven't had any real work to do in here. So it's been a bit of an abandoned space at the moment. But that, you know, again, there's no problem with that. That just means that I can now concentrate on the next project, which this is most likely going to be it. So as I say, I had a sponsor lined up for the coffee table. It fell through. The idea though was that that same sponsor would get on board for this, which is also going to be another coffee table. And so yeah, the next project I'm going to get started on is this. It's basically going to be the same process as the other coffee table in terms of flattening and turning it into a coffee table. But this is going to be a bit smaller. It's substantially smaller than the other slab. It's the same type of tree, Grevillea robusta or silky oak. I think it's probably going to be a bit thinner as well, but that coffee table that we have in the lounge is a bit big. I like it obviously because it's a giant hunk of beautiful wood, but my wife thinks it's a bit big. So I'll get this done. This might be a more appropriate size. Either way, I'm most likely going to sell the other one. The point of this furniture making this year was always to sell as much of it as I can. So I need to make these things and sell them and not just accumulate coffee tables. And that's it for this video. It was more just a case of saying, don't worry, I'm still alive and there's still stuff happening. And I'm hoping that next week I should be able to be back into the routine of maybe 1 or 2 videos a week. But for now, that's all, and I will talk to you guys soon.